Okay. We're live. We're live on Twitch. We're live on YouTube. Let me see. Are the spoilers even on Scryfall? Pre-new! That's so fucking funny they are. Alright, we're still gonna talk about this thumbnail for like 10 minutes because I like it. I'm on early. I get vamp time. I started the stream early. I've been a good boy. Yeah. Yeah. I get to do what I want. Alright, stream deck. Let's make sure you are open correctly. Oh no, not the goddamn turtles. Yes, Caboose, the goddamn turtles. Hello, Windwalker. How you doing this morning? Shade, Gravity, Hellcat, Elkman. Hello. Welcome to today's stream. You doing the Elk stream message? Oh, fuck. I forgot to update it. I do the, yeah, we do that message anytime we're doing deck reviews. I forgot to update the go live message today. Created Creator, thank you for the 17 months at tier 1. Welcome back to the dog home. I got baited so hard by that Twitch notification. Well played. Thank you, sir. What kind of clickbait notification was this, boss? Tigray, I've used that notification like 20 times. Like 20 times. And Tigray, thank you for the 8 months at tier 1. Welcome back to the dog home. You forget to update your go live message about 80% of the time? That's not true. If there is a go live message on YouTube, that's true because I don't know where it is. But on Twitch, I am writing a new go live message every single day. Most of the time, I am reusing existing templates because I can't come up with something good. Troper, thank you for the 24 months at tier 1. Welcome back to the dog home for our second year in a row. God, I'm so tired. I wish I had a cool name or was in a lawsuit because investors were mad I was printing too much cardboard too quickly. The script is nearly done for my video on that. When the article dropped last week, Hasbro's being sued for a bunch of stuff that doesn't matter and then one thing that does matter that nobody's reported on. When the article dropped, my first thought was like, ooh, maybe I could do some type of like Daily Show, Josh Johnson, something about that. And then I thought, maybe that's too low-hanging fruit. I don't want to be like an ambulance chaser. And then everybody else started making videos and articles, and all the other videos and articles, like, plainly did not read the fucking filing, which has pissed me off so much that yesterday I wrote most of a script, and I'm finishing it today, and I'll be hopefully filming it tonight or tomorrow morning. Fear, there's like tens of articles at this point. There's a couple YouTube videos. No, that's the thing. The Magic 30 thing is fucking nothing. That's the most fucking nothing part about it. It is the most exciting like headline and is like legally you might as well just call them a butthead. It's so dumb. And that's one of the things that made me so mad is I saw like clickbait YouTube titles and I saw headlines about like Magic the Gathering hid inventory, JJK reference. And it's like Aegis, thank you for the 200-bit cheer. Hello, boss. Glad to see you repping my favorite alt WinCon, Baron Glory. I appreciate you, Aegis. So the Magic 30 thing, they plain as day misrepresented to the public how well it sold. That's not illegal. Creating FOMO by selling less than you've produced is not an illegal thing. And in fact, the way they are trying to make it illegal is by saying they de facto misrepresented it to investors by not telling investors directly that it bombed. When they said, like, the quote they put in the filing was, with Magic 30, we listened to customer feedback and reduced how much we made. Like, we reduced production because of customer feedback? And people are trying to be like, they misled us that it sold well. Why would that sentence make you think it sold well? What about we made less of this because of what we saw on the internet made you be like, yeah, that was a home fucking run. So they're quibbling over the language they used and being like, oh, you didn't like, you weren't transparent. Imran, what's happening on Insta, brother? Why are we sending that many red faces? Anyway, so there is some stuff that could matter if they can prove it, which I don't see anybody talking about because because I'm presuming nobody who has written an article about it or filmed a video about it has read more than 5 pages of the filing. That's what pissed me off about it. That's why I'm making my own video right now. Is everything I have seen about it so far is very much like articles are reporting what other articles said verbatim, and one article like read 3 pages of the filing and that's it. Wasn't it the bigger thing that they were saying that overproduction of sets was devaluing the product, or did I make that up? You didn't make that up. That is another red herring. You can quibble back and forth about that all day, but whether or not that is a good or bad business decision is definitely up to the executive. There's a thing, I can't remember the name, but it's like, it's not called executive privilege, but I'm going to call it that for the time being, where if there is a logical or reasonable basis for the person to have undertaken this plan of action, they're fucking fine. And Bank of America thinks, also notably, Bank of America does not think that making too many sets was devaluing the product. Bank of America thinks that reprinting too many cards was devaluing the product because, like, this is what Bank of America's report was about. Come on, Adblock. All right. Bank of America's report looked at the prices of cards going down and said, you're printing too much. Which is a different thing. It's a different type of overproduction than what you and I are probably thinking of when we think about, oh my god, they're overprinting Magic cards. Right, it's much dumber. Now, there is, and I'm going to get into this in the video, it'll take like 45 minutes if I try to talk it out without having the script wrapped up. But I'm like so angry because everybody's fucking attention span, like everybody is writing articles and leaving comments all high and mighty like they understand anything about what the lawsuit is about when they have not read a fucking word of it. Ugh! Oh, it makes me so mad. Oh, it makes me so mad. Now, yeah, so I have made what I think is, I'm on my Hoyd shit. I have made what I think is an entertaining telling of the story of this lawsuit that dispels all of these dumbass red herrings and talks about the kernel of truth that Hasbro could be gotten on, even though it's unlikely. They do make some accusations that are very strong. They do have to have some pretty good proof that, in my personal non-lawyer opinion, they super fucking don't have. But if they could prove it. I thought WotC wasn't legally allowed to acknowledge the secondary market. They'd get shit on with gambling laws. Probably yes, WotC didn't. This is Bank of America talking about it. Yeah, see, Caboose, that's why we're only doing spoilers today and we're not doing... If I wasn't making this video, we would be doing, like, League or Expedition 33 today. But we only have, like, I don't know. I gotta get it out within the next probably, like, 48 hours. That sounds about right. I'm so very confused. Somebody bring me TMNT cards. Can do. Bubba Dubba, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the Doghouse. We're going to go to the manual ad break on Twitch and then get into Turtles. Starry-eyed, some investors are suing... Hasbro for mostly dumb stuff. 5980198 no, sorry, 598019001. Thank you for the $10 Canadian. All the lawsuit says is overprinting, but reading the lawsuit, it's because they're underreporting losses by mixing MTG profits with bombing profits in order to hide from investors. Thank you, Maul. Thank you for the super chat. And that is another thing that is like mostly a nothing burger. Like that, if we put that into plain speak, that is another part of the lawsuit I discussed. That part of the lawsuit is effectively accusing them of saying one part of your business is better than the other. That is not a breach of fiduciary duty. And the statements from investor calls that they quote certainly do not support the idea. Like, again, this is common parlance. I'm not a lawyer. Maybe it does for lawyers. I can't imagine it would because it barely does in the common parlance. Daddy Hasbro trying to hide their failures might be a breach. That's the thing. That's not what's like the amount of money that Wizards makes compared to the rest of Hasbro is extremely public and never been hidden. Let's be so clear about that. I have so many issues with how Hasbro has managed Wizards of the Coast and Magic as an IP. At no point have they ever passed off Magic profits as non-Magic profits. The lawsuit attempts to like invoke the feeling that they did, which is part of why I don't believe in it very much. Hey Maud, your long form videos are doing better than your shorts. I'm suing you. Yeah, this is an allegory I use in the video, but like most of this lawsuit is basically I built a draft deck. Somebody else said, I think that draft deck is pretty bad, and now my friend is suing me based on that guy's opinion. That's how dumb this is. Kazkick, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to Doghouse, my friend. Now, there is some very, very, very delicious shit in there. Janet, my name's Maldhound. What's up? You're not giving you my legal name. Instagram Live, please. It is not a complete nothing burger. Again, like it requires like prologue and context and a lot of if, ands, or buts. It is not a complete nothing burger. Everybody else who has talked about it so far has been talking about the part that is a nothing burger, which makes me very mad. I realize I am not an investigative journalist. These other people making articles and making clickbait YouTube videos are not investigative journalists, but still, I would like to think there are standards when we speak, such that if we are going to say things we know plain as day to be fucking wrong, or that we know nothing about, it should at least be funny. And I think the world over has failed with respect to this situation. Everybody is saying a million things that are wrong, that they have not looked into, and they don't even have the mindset to make it humorous. And it makes me very mad. Bone Lord, thank you for the 50 streams in a row. Welcome back to the dog park. 598, it seems like every article is just re-reporting the previous articles. That's what because I've been through about 15 different articles across the last 3 years that cover the period of time brought up in the lawsuit, and then there's actually 2 ongoing class action suits that relate to the inventory thing, and I read through those complaints too. And so it seems like what happened is one person makes first article, every article after that just like copy pastes that first article, changes the homework so the teacher doesn't know, but they're all using the exact same quotes. They're all talking about the exact same like pieces of evidence. Like just it feels like a microcosm of The Big Short, to be honest. It feels like a microcosm of The Big Short because I'm just like, did nobody read the actual thing? And then I keep looking, and then I look at the thing and I'm like, "Oh my god, nobody read the thing. We're all talking really confidently about it and nobody's fucking read it. Are you serious?" It's so dumb. It's so dumb. That's been big news about any narrow topic for a long time. I know, but I still want to fight. Like, just because we've been losing the battle for a long time doesn't mean I'm not going to keep fighting. Okay, we got to go to the manual ad break, and then it's Turtles Tuesday. Also, look at this fucking thumbnail, you guys. What all is getting spoiled today? So, Wizards of the Coast accidentally sent out a ton of, well, not Wizards actually, the distribution centers that were in charge of packing pre-release kits for Lorwyn. Allegedly, accidentally, there's some thought that this was on purpose, but there's no proof of it yet. Accidentally packaged a bunch of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cards into the pre-release kits for Lorwyn. So, basically, every rare and mythic rare got leaked ahead of time. Everybody posted them online. They opened their Lorwyn pre-release kit. 598. That's what I'm mad about too. There is a part that I talk about where I'm like, oh my god, if they can prove this, they win. If they could fucking prove this, they win. I doubt they can prove it. Anyway. So all the rares and mythic rares for Turtles came out. And then so WotC officially spoiled them because they were already out in the world. So we're gonna look at those. We're gonna talk about Strixhaven. We're gonna talk about Marvel. Good evening, Shocking Squirrel. Somebody asked way further up in the YouTube chat, what's my opinion on a Marvel Precon having 30 new cards? I love that. I don't know if that's going to be controversial at all, but when I buy a Precon, if I was going to buy a Precon, I want to see some new shit. I don't buy precons for reprints. I don't buy precons for like the value associated with the old cards they put in the deck, the reprints. If I'm buying a precon, I want to see some new funky shit with the new funky set that I am buying the precon out of. That seems correct. I'm amazed that it's taken this long. And I hope that the Marvel precons are good so that they keep doing this. Yeah, it's way more interesting. I don't want to play with like 80 cards that are from 5 years ago and then 10 new cards if I buy a precon. If I buy a precon for your new set, I want to play with a deck that feels like brand fucking new. Brand new. Couple good reprints, if any. Anyway, I want to know when the hell I can buy the non-streamed roast. I do not have $500 and want to make the funny internet man dance for my amusement and say the funny swear words. I will give 1 minute update about that. They still go on sale every Sunday. We are going to increase the amount I sell every week because Z raised a very good point that ideally I would want to publish one of these a day. I would want to publish one. Here, let me pull up the VOD page so people know what the fuck I'm talking about. Ideally, I would want to have one of these reviews getting published like every single day of the year. But I will be traveling. We will have conventions. I will get sick. There will be other things like that. So I'm going to sell, we're probably going to go up to 7 next week. And then over time, if I can manage the workload, we're going to sell like 8 to 10. Helios, have fun at D&D. Thank you for stopping by, my friend. We're probably going to sell 8 to 10. That way I can create a backlog of unlisted videos. Because if the video is unlisted, I can still send it to you. I can still get the roast done and email it to you and be like, it'll go public, I don't know when, but you can send this link to people if you want them to see it. And then I can set it public if I'm at like a Magic Con or if I get ill or something like that. And why are we always being teased and spoiled? It's never ending. So funny, man. It's actually because they no longer expect every individual customer to give a shit about each of the sets. That's why they, if you are like, they expect, okay, some people really liked Lorwyn, some people are gonna hate turtles. Because these people hate turtles, they're not gonna give a shit about turtle spoilers. We can just start those and it won't interrupt the people who are worried about Lorwyn spoilers, who are worried about Strixhaven spoilers. Like, they're trying to just shotgun wide and hope that each individual customer is paying attention to maybe like 20% of the shit they say. And that's it. Agumon, thank you for the 5 streams in a row. You have not missed Turtle Talk. You have missed Vamp Time. Alright, that's fine, that's fine. It does ruin my standard experience. Yeah, they've low-key given up on standard, which is very sad. It's very sad, but they have fucked that. They have killed that horse, fucked that dog, etc., etc. What I'm upset about is how short the run times for each set are ending up. Yeah, we have like no time to draft a set or anything. Hey Monty, thank you so much. I appreciate that. The promise of a Prime sub in the future. Fuck that dog. Have you never heard Screwed the Pooch? This is a thing. This is like an old thing. This is old magic. I'm not making shit up. It is a crazy... Michael Shea is right. It is a crazy saying. Gaidamista, we will talk about it. Fuck the dog is just a much crazier variant on an old saying. Yeah, like, fuck the dog is how it was introduced to me. Screwed the Pooch just seems too gentle when fuck the dog is supposed to be, wow, that's a crazy wrong and bad thing you did. The no time to draft makes me really sad. I'm moving into my first apartment, but that means I have to be more frugal, so I won't get very many Lorwyn drafts. Yeah, it blows. It blows. From what I have seen of the Marvel and TMNT set, I have no hype in my body. They seem to follow the Spider-Man school of, remember this? Clap, you fucking seal! Instead of Lorwyn and even Avatar being a slice. Yeah, we'll see. Alright, let's go. Let's look at some turtle spoilers. Hey boss, is it bad that I'm getting a sick sense of joy as I load up an in-universe commander with a bunch of Universes Beyond stuff in the 99, knowing it will make people mad? No, I think that's an appropriate amount of Schadenfreude. I think sometimes you need to curtail that, but like, that's funny. Okay, sorted by... Yeah, we can do spoiler date. Alright, so we have Michelangelo's Technique. Look at the top 8 cards of your library. Put up to 2 creature cards with total mana value 6 or less from among them onto the battlefield, and the rest on the bottom of your library in the random order. Collected Company dead in a fucking alleyway? Collected Company found bleeding to death? It's nearly just Coco. It's Coco without instant speed, but you get way more mana worth of shit. You get way more mana. This is much worse than Coco. That is true for a 1v1 environment, and I think is deeply untrue everywhere else. See you later, Malik. Here, we should do a slideshow. Oh, get out of here, templates. Turtle time. Who at WotC did you threaten so that Lorwyn would be incredible and you could start winning in videos with it? I threatened nobody. I picked the precon that I knew was stupid and broken in the wrong ways. Oh yeah, we can do flavor wins too. Alright, so this just seems like Commander relevant collected company, because nobody in Commander, as far as I know, is playing like collected company. And it losing instant speed probably matters a lot for like standard Pioneer, all the 1v1 formats. Maybe with 6 or less. And it's top 8, right? Coco is only... Coco's only top 6. Oh wait, hold on. Is this total? Ooh, okay. No. It's much closer to Coco. So Coco, I can get 2 things that are 3 CMC. This I can get 1 thing that is 6. 1 thing that's 5. So it's still... This is Coco, but a little bit worse. This is very much Commander Company. Collected Commandery. I think the ceiling is higher on Technique. I think the ceiling's higher on Technique for stompy Commander decks. Oh, true. Hot Ninja Tech. The art seems cool. Alright, what does Northampton Farm do? We can exile something I own, sack it, return a creature card exiled with this land to the battlefield, return every other exiled card to its owner's hand. Interesting. That seems like a flavor win. I don't know what the farm is. It does not seem powerful at all. Oh, true. Homeward Path. That's cute as hell. Yeah, you own, not you control. That's funny as fuck. Hold on. That's actually hot. I can't tell you. So many people are going to be running this card just to stop the 1 theft player. That's amazing. That's hot shit. You're wrong. You're so wrong. You have no idea how deeply people hate theft. If you're in like a 2-color deck, this is a 0 opportunity cost land. 0 opportunity cost land to unsteal your commander. Alright, Turtle Van. Whenever they attack, put a +1/+1 counter on a creature that crewed it. Then if that creature is a mutant, ninja, or turtle, double the number of +1/+1 counters on it. Okay? So there's a badger that does this from Thunder Junction. So I am hearing the accusations of none of this is new. It is Taco Bell design. Clap you fucking seals. Alright, Weathermaker. On landfall, get a charge counter. Oh, a mana rock that can be a soul ring or can be a lightning bolt. That doesn't seem very good, but maybe. This, you know what I know? I'm gonna see this card 8 million times where people go, no, it's fine if I don't have removal. I have ramp that is removal. Landfall needs less things. I don't even know if this goes in landfall. I think this probably just goes in like low power decks that want to ramp but don't want to run removal. Or yeah, proliferate decks. Yes, Alec. Alright, then we have Chrome Dome. Bad artifact banner, but we get to Flame Shadow Conjuring an artifact. That's not very good. Hey, wait. What a minute. Jewish representation? What are we talking about? Explain yourself right now, Jace's cat. The Weathermaker, for some reason, are we not anti-Semitic enough to understand this joke? I am not. I am. Oh, it's a joke about the conspiracy theory that the weather is controlled by a Jewish cabal. Yeah, don't say that shit. Yeah, don't say that shit. All right, you're going in timeout for a bit, Jace's cat. Repent, please. We have to be. First and foremost, understand that satire does not exist in written form on the internet. People cannot understand it. I have interacted with you enough to know that you are not an anti-Semite, to know that you are not right-wing, and so let this timeout serve that you can't just say shit like that, because it continues to live independent of the context that you set it in within your own mind. And with context removed, it just sounds like you said some anti-Semitic shit. It just sounds like some anti-Semitic shit. The Onion is different because The Onion has a reputation that it has carefully cultivated of only saying satirical stuff all of the time, forever. The moment you say, oh, this thing was satirical, but I say stuff that's not satirical all of the time, that's when you're fucked. You cannot go back and forth on that type of thing. If you are because we had another satire production get put up here for like a CEO thing. And if you are only a satire production, then it can kind of work. Some people will still fall for it. If you are like mixing and matching when you're being satirical, and when you're being satirical, it sounds like you're being anti-Semitic to somebody who has no context for it, absolutely cannot let it slide. Absolutely not. Okay, anyway, Chrome Dumb. Does not seem good. Gets silly with Power Stone Shard. This is untrue, but I'm glad that you have dreams. Alright, Krang, Ultra Warlord. 9 mana, every fucking keyword. Other artifact creatures have Flample, Indestructible, and Haste. This is perfect. This is perfect. This is amazing. I love this card. Somebody will love this card very much. Terrible, no good. Terrible, no good. Alright, Mikey and Leo, Chaos and Order. Whenever you put a counter on a creature you control, draw a card. Only triggers once each turn. This is... I don't want to call it good. I'm going to rename this slide. I'm gonna call this slide the thing people are definitely gonna use, because 2 mana, anytime I get a counter, I get to draw a card. This is going in the halls of like Idol of Oblivion. Because if you have a token deck, you are now an Idol of Oblivion player, because it's a 2-drop that will potentially draw you cards every game. And so if you are in Selesnya, you probably... Where are they? Where'd they go? Oh, if you're in Selesnya, you probably run these two just because they're a 2-drop card draw engine. Or you could even, if you were in a Selesnya counters deck, run them in the command zone just to be card draw in the command zone, and then be like, oh, I don't need other pieces of card draw. I have Mikey and Leo. It's very close to Dusk Legion Duelist, but again, so we're definitely not beating the Taco Bell allegations. Okay. North Wind Avatar. On ETB, if you cast it, you may put a card you own from outside the game into your hand. Whoa, 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 whoa. Wait a minute. Hold on. All right. Wait. Everybody fucking stop. I swear to fuck, if we get another one of those surveys that is like, do you guys want to put wish boards in Commander for turtles, I will crash. We had vehicles. We had hybrid mana. I swear to fuck, if we're like, we listen to the people. You guys wanted wishboards in Commander. Now you have wishboards in Commander. I will tweak. I will tweak. No, we. Who is we, Carlos? Who is we? What's wishboard? A terrible fucking idea. A terrible fucking idea. Let us have cool things. You have 99 cards to have cool things with. You have 99 cards in the deck to have cool things. LB Freak, we talked about it for the first like 20 minutes of the stream. I'm making a video about it. Yeah, Karn players do not deserve a wishboard. We want 15 more! That fucking sucks. Alright, Ralph and Leo rivals. When they attack, if it's the first combat phase, untap 1 or 2 attacking creatures. After this phase, there's an additional combat phase. You know, I wonder if that could do... I wonder if that could do anything for Standard. Probably not. Because it's a 3, but maybe. Because I feel like the aggro decks usually have to be like 1 and 2 drop heavy, and you can't have like, alright, 3 drop, now we're going to do something. But extra combat card for 3 mana on a creature doesn't even have keywords now. It doesn't have keywords, but it has a big booty. It's got a big old booty. Why is this 1 or 2 and not just up to 2? Why do they need you to pick at least 1? I'm not sure. We had this in Kamigawa and it wasn't a thing. God damn it, Taco Bell design. We're all out of cards. We're all out of cards. Alright, Ralph and Mikey, troublemakers. Trample haste when they attack. Reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a creature card. Put that card onto the battlefield tapped and attacking, and the rest on the bottom of your library. Oh no. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah, get right up in there. Get right up in there. I'm so sorry to tell everybody. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh geez. Oh fuck. We are going to be lying to the IRS with this one, boys and girls. I don't know about cracked. It's definitely evil. 7 mana is a lot. 7 mana is a lot of mana. But I will be using a copy of that. Durnan is better. That is not necessarily true. Durnan is a totally different card. Durnan is probably better for your purposes. Alright, Splinter, Radical Rat. A 3 mana 2/4. Okay, he's Esper for Commander. A ninja trigger doubler. Okay. And then you can make a ninja unblockable. That's cute, actually. Esper Ninja, that actually solves so many fucking problems that ninjas have. Because the big issue we always get into is, alright, we have stuck one cool ninja, and now I can do nothing because I cannot give them flying. I actually like that quite a lot. I am now people. I will definitely play Splinter. Panharmonicon, I love the crunch wrap. Aegis, what is Taco Bell exactly? I've never been and I'm unfamiliar with the phrase. So when I say Taco Bell design, what I mean is they are not doing anything new, creative, or experimental. They are just rehashing existing cards. Like, they've just taken 2 abilities that they've already printed and slammed it together in a new tortilla, much like a chalupa versus a quesadilla versus a crunch wrap versus a supreme burrito. DMC, thank you for the 100-bit cheer. Is it bad I don't even give a fuck about TMNT, especially since they gave blue players the bluest card they ever did, blue, in another set? No, this is the point. Like, super duper, if you don't care about this set, very good. It means the marketing strategy is working. They don't want everybody to care about this set. They wanted some people to care a lot about Lorwyn and Strixhaven, and then they want some people to be like, oh shit, Ninja Turtles is cool, I've heard of that. They don't expect everybody to be jazzed about all three. It doesn't make you less of a fan of Magic. All right, back to the cards. Technodrome. Reach, trample. 3/3, can't attack or block unless power is 6 or greater. Tap, sack an artifact, draw a card, put a counter on this creature. Fine for artifact decks, right? If you want to... This wants to be proliferated so bad. I don't even know if it does. It just wants to be kind of there in a deck that has a lot of artifact tokens. It's fine. The Ooze. 2-mana legendary. Whenever a creature you control with a +1/+1 counter on it leaves, make a mutagen token for each counter on it. You can exile a card from a graveyard, make a mutagen token. That's actually so much better than people are going to give it credit for. Holy fuck. You heard it here, You heard it here first. I am about the Ooze. It's not even bad Ozolith is still playable. It is bad Ozolith and Graveyard Hate, and I can grow my board, no matter what deck I'm in. That is... I'm talking about, like, Bracket 2, low end of Bracket 3. Also, Zilla, thank you for the Tier 1. Welcome back to the dog home. I am so happy you finally got your new card, and things got fixed up for you. Little Mix Doom, thank you for the 25-bit cheer. This slide, the shit people should play. True. Goth Fruity, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to Doghouse. The Oozolith. Yeah, the Manaless Graveyard Hate that also gives you an ability to grow your board is actually way better. That's way better than people are going to give it credit for. This is one of those cards that is not super impressive when you see it spoiled, and then if it's in a game, and like if it comes down on turn 2, over the course of the game, you're going to be like, oh fuck, this is kind of good actually. You don't even need a cost reducer. Ooze's mutagen tokens are 1 mana. This is just solid. Like, it's not gonna, right, it's not gonna combo off. It's not gonna win you the game by itself, but it's gonna give you like, oh wait, those blockers are way better. It's alright, but the point is that there are better cards for both halves of what this does. That is true, but nobody wants to play the better half of Graveyard Hate. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Nobody fucking ever wants to play Graveyard Hate. Ragtros, we're talking about Commander right now. We're in the middle of talking about how this is a way better Bracket 2 Commander card than people think. And Abina Bean, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the Doghouse, my friend. Sorry, that's because it's a land. Come on, be serious. I play at least Ghost Vacuum in most of my decks. That's good for you. I've never seen it. Zvonders, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the Doghouse. Like, everybody plays Bojuka Bog. Most people skip Ghost Vacuum. Most people skip, like, Relic of Progenitus, Lantern of whatever. Most people skip, you know, Graveyard Trespasser or Scavenging Ooze. Yeah, at least in my tables. Aegis, thank you for the 45 bits. What do you mean? Rest in Peace is my favorite card of all time. Alright, so you're a gross little stacks player. Oh, hell yeah, Ghost of Monty. So what we're experiencing is just meta diff. For my tables, This is the coolest and sickest card ever because this is going to convince all of my friends that Graveyard Hate is playable. None of the existing Graveyard Hate convinces them of that. Little Mix Doom, thank you for the 25-bit cheer. I'm a big unlicensed hearse believer. I'm glad you believe in something. Okay, moving on. Taka and Rizar, terrible twos. Rakdos 3/2 can't be countered Menace. When they cast a spell, if the amount of mana spent to cast it was less than its mana value, Taka and Rizar deal 3 damage to that player. That's cool. Solid hate bear. That might do something in Standard. I doubt it, but it's a 2-drop 3/2 with Menace, and you can't free cast stuff. Like, that seems... Like, with 2 mana 3/2 with Menace, I'm already ears perked up. Because it can be cast for just red. And uncounterable. Yeah. Alright, Dark Leo and Shredder. Orzhov, 1/3, ninjas have death touch. When Dark Leo and Shredder deal combat damage, create a 1/1 ninja. Then if you control 5 or more ninjas, that player loses half their life rounded up. That is fine. That kind of seems like a trap to me, but that is super fine. Don and Leo, problem solvers. 4/6 vigilance. On end step, exile an artifact you control and a creature, then return them. So end step flicker. Fine. I think that's usable. When I've looked at like a number of flicker decks, there is kind of a dearth of permanent based flicker methods and permanent based flicker methods that don't get the shit beaten out of you. So a vigilant 4/6, that seems okay. Alright, Dawn and Wrath, Hard Science. Wow, they really designed this set hoping that they would have gotten to change the rules for hybrid mana. My lord. My lord, did they design this being like, yeah, they'll vote for it. Yeah, they'll vote for it. Alright, Dawn and Wrath. Next non-creature spell you cast this turn has affinity for artifacts. That's cute enough. Somebody will make a deck around this. Krang and Shredder, Dimir 6/7. When they enter or attack, each opponent exiles from the top of their library till they hit a non-land. At the beginning of your end step, if a permanent left the battlefield under your control this turn, you may free cast something Krang and Shredder exiled. Gimme. Fetch lands trigger. Lots of artifacts trigger. I'm a little bit hot on that one. Yeah, you guaranteed get something usable. Warp is back, baby! Oh my god, what's the fucking card? Hold on. Yeah, at long last, Quantum Riddler will be playable in Commander. Thank you. It's not back. Intervening if ruins the fun. God damn it. Never mind. Quantum Riddler sucks. Bad card. Alright, Mikey and Don. You may look at the top card at any time. You may play lands and cast Mutant, Ninja, or Turtle spells from the top of your library. If you cast a creature spell this way, it gets a counter. Super fine. Doesn't seem that good. Mutagen Man. Grumpy Dragoon, thank you for the 16 months at tier 1. Welcome back to the dog home. As a turtle kindred guy, I am adding none of this to my deck. None of these are turtles to me. They're all just ninjas. Long live my little guys on 4 legs. That's racist as fuck. This is the exact type of rampant speciesisms that forces the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles to live in the sewers, away from their family. Rude as hell. What, no teenager creature type? Ghost of Monty, I need you to understand that it is only through WotC's infinite generosity that they are not making it possible for some fucking teenage Redditor to say the phrase, yeah, I'm gonna stroke your teenager. We don't want to let people say that. We don't need the teenager creature type. We're good with turtle and mutant and ninja. We're so good. Alright. Mutagen Man, an X green. Activated abilities of artifact tokens you control cost 1 less. So, okay, mutagen tokens are free, and you get to make mutagens when you play them. Alright, that's fine. That is downright cute. Party Dude! Everybody makes a food. Whenever an artifact an opponent controls is put into a graveyard, draw a card. Okay, Jazzy is running this. Or who's that? The Lone Shark commander. Whenever one or more opponents are attacked, up to 1 target attacking creature gets +X/+X, where X is the number of cards in your hand. That is actually a sick group hug/slug card. I low-key fuck with Party Dude. Kibo card alert. I think Kibo alert, Vazzy, the Jund one. This bitch for sure. Party Dude is not a creature. It is an enchantment. Maybe Bumbleflower, but I don't think Bumbleflower is giving out artifacts too often. Alright, the last Ronin. Destroy all creatures, mill 4 cards. When you do, bring something back to hand. When a creature you control attacks alone, put 3 counters on it. It gains trample, lifelink, and indestructible. I don't hate that. That is cute. That is super cute. Not unplayable in bracket 2. That is 6 mana. It's hot garbage. You're crazy wrong. You've gotta open your mind back up to things that are not combo wins, to things that don't win the game on turn 7. Like, again, consider bracket 2. More people than you think want to play bracket 2 Magic. So, like, in my mind, if we see something that could even impact bracket 4, it's going in generational power creep. If I'm in, like, a Golgari deck, basic board wipe for 6 is just terrible rate even at low bracket. But it's not a basic board wipe for 6, right? Like, we can't... Just because you can remove it, if it is a basic board wipe that forces you to cast a non-creature permanent removal spell, that's not a basic board wipe. Either it's more than a basic board wipe, or it is a basic board wipe that says another player must discard a removal spell, which is still not a basic board wipe. And that said, it's still not, it doesn't even really demand removal, then it's not a basic board wipe. That was the point of it. It's not, my point is not that it demands removal, but the point is that calling it a basic board wipe is just being like, yeah, that's the whole card stops at 1. Hell yeah type shit. Hell yeah type shit 10-4. Alright, Transdimensional Bovine. 3 mana dork, 0/4, 2 mana of any one color. I like that actually, that's good. That's kind of the correct way to evaluate most sagas. I disagree based on my experience playing Commander and seeing sagas resolve. This is juice. This is juice because you can play it and then just go every time you tap it. That's incredibly powerful. Need context on cow, please? It's a big fucking cow. Massive cow. And you get to milk it. Untap, upkeep, draw, milk my cow for 2 mana. Yeah, Pro ZD Universes Beyond. Rico Mode Star, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse. It is another block or another brick in the wall of just like if I'm trying to ramp on 1 and 3. Certainly not. Actually, you know what? Okay. I can't call it the juice because it's really not crazy. I just love it. I cannot in good conscience call a 3-mana dork the juice. Yeah, tap for 2 is pretty common on 3-mana dorks nowadays. Exactly. That's why we need a new slide, because it's for sure not being slept on. Oh, it has flying too. That's never mind. Flying blocker, crazy hot. Crazy hot. Little Nick's Doom, thank you for the 25-bit cheer. What would it take for you to give up in terms of crossovers? Like, this feels close to some Rick and Morty type shit. Okay. Stare at this until you feel better. We don't like the flying cowhead. Stare at this until you feel better. So what would it take for me to give up on Magic in terms of crossovers? I think what it would take is not... There is almost no individual crossover that they could do that would make me give up. Unless it was like Harry Potter or like Universes Beyond the IDF. When it comes to crossovers that don't fit the IP, I just simply wouldn't buy it myself and would not care. We could do a Fortnite set. I wouldn't buy it. I wouldn't care though. And so outside of things that are like it is morally wrong to collaborate with that IP, it would have to be like we just stopped getting universes within sets. That's what it would be. Is if we get years where it's like, yeah, we're gonna have 6 universes beyond sets this year, and we're gonna have 0 universes within sets. How would you feel about the Rick and Morty 5-color commander? It would be stupid as fuck, and I would make fun of it. And if I got really angry, I would stare at this guy until I felt better. Like, it's the... I think the game is so big that it is unreasonable to expect that the entirety of the lore feels cohesive for every person. And so the parts of the lore that don't feel cohesive to me, I just don't pay attention to. All right, turtle power. Hey, are you playing this though? Hold on. We had the we had the we had Grumpy Dragoon. I'm not putting any of these in my turtles deck. They're not real turtles. What about this one? What about turtle power, brother? Disregarded Rambles, thank you for the 3 months at tier 1. Welcome back to the dog home. Ground Chuck and Dirtbag, a 6 mana, not really doubler, but we add more green. Cute enough. I think if people love these characters, they'll play them. Improvised Arsenal. Equipped creature gets +1/+0 for each artifact you control. 5 mana, make a token copy of it. Equip for 1. Maybe some decks could do something with that. Leatherhead. They enter with a hexproof counter. When she deals combat damage, you may remove it to blow up an artifact or an enchantment a player controls. That's better. And it looks ridiculous, which is big points. I'm in a 1/1 counters deck, and I get to repeatedly Rexage you for a 5/4 with trample. Right, a counter. Yeah. I use mutagen. I do anything in green. I breathe in green, and I put a counter on this thing. Hit you, remove it, shoot a mana rock. Yes, in this card, Leatherhead is female. 6 mana, 8/8 with trample and upside. Fuck it, the numbers mean nothing. Dude, 5 mana, 8/8 trample and upside. Fuck it, the numbers mean nothing. Fuck it, man. What do they mean, Mason? She was also female in her newest movie. Okay, so at some point they either gender swapped or Leatherhead transitioned, and we support her. Alright, Michelangelo Improviser. On combat damage, you may put a creature or land from your hand onto the battlefield. We have 5 million of these, and now we just have one more for the people who like Ninja Turtles. Tron? I'll ban you, bitch. Get out of here. What are you doing? You goddamn child. Michelangelo Weirdness to 11. A 2 mana 1/1 on ETB, make a mutagen token. Oh, and then it's hardened scales. Okay. Ah, fuck. God damn it. God damn it, hardened scales on a body. Weirdness to 11, except it's the most normal effect we've ever seen. I'm cranking the weirdness to 11, says local man, doing push-ups, drinking protein shakes, sleeping 8 hours a night. Michelangelo weirdness at about 2. Yeah, this is like if Taco Bell debuted the crazy crunch wrap, and the thing that made it crazy is they put guacamole on it. Green players encountering counting. This is the weirdest thing I've ever done. What the fuck? How many sides does this thing have? What the hell? Isn't this just generational power creep? It might be. I mean, hardened scales is 1 mana. So it's 1 more mana to make it a creature, and then you get 1 mutagen token when it comes in. So it's a 2 mana 1/1 that can make itself a 3/3 on turn 3. Please, sir, the bag on improvised arsenal says Goongle. Oh, hell yeah. I don't know if it's generational. I do think it's better, like it's good for green 1/1 counter players. I don't know about generational, though. Alright, Raphael Ninja Destroyer. A 4 mana 4/4 that must be blocked. When he's dealt damage, add red until end of turn. You don't lose this mana as steps and phases end. That is adorable. Raphael the Night Watcher. A 4 mana 2/3 double striking anthem. I don't hate that. Matthias Santos, thank you for the Prime sub for the 2nd month in a row. Welcome back to the dog home. With Sneak, I like that a bit. So that's a 3 mana instant that gives attacking creatures double strike, but I get to keep it. So 3 mana instant speed, I get to put a double strike counter on all my creatures. Nearly. You know, I know it's not exactly that. Hit the snooze. Thank you for the Prime sub for the second month in a row. Welcome back to the dog home. That's pretty good. Does it trigger on the turn it comes in on? When you play it, it's a static effect, so it doesn't even trigger. It is a static effect that just says your creatures do this now. I know it's that much red. I'm still not. That's still like fine. If my opponents have Galta and nothing else, then it's crazy. If my opponents have Galta and the fucking cow, there's just gonna be a dead cow on the ground. Alright, Ravenous Robots. On artifact spell, make a 1/1. Creature tokens gain haste. That is cute enough. Who cares about what the opponents have? Literally the card itself. What the fuck are we talking about? Who cares about what the opponents have? Says Alice, in relation to the card that only operates if my opponents have a thing I need them to have. Just shoot them yourself. Alright, you're going in timeout. We can't be that illiterate. Not on a Tuesday morning. We can't be being like, yeah, but if I play this 4-mana creature and then I dump a bunch of mana into a really expensive removal spell, then I can get another really expensive spell. Dawnsire, shoot your Raphael for 100. That's the only thing I believe in. That is the only thing I believe in. It turns pump spells into rituals? Yeah, and if your grandma had wheels, she'd be a bike. Tevi, it's by 1 legal blocker. Hey, Maul, I got a question that I've been asking streamers lately. I think I had a tinfoil hat moment. I feel like WotC made Edge of Eternity to get players used to the idea of a space set to prepare for Star Trek. Totally correct. Conspiracy theory. I feel like Star Trek is a gateway set for a 2027 Star Wars set to coincide with the 50th anniversary of A New Hope. Am I crazy to believe this? You're crazy until you remove the reward. Why can't I? Sorry, guys. My neck is kind of fucked today, so I'm having a hard time talking. Am I crazy to believe this theory? You are crazy until you take away the words gateway set. It's not a gateway set. It's just a different thing they're also doing because Star Trek is another big property that a lot of older people who definitionally have more money than younger people because capitalism is hell will buy into. And then they're also gonna try to do Star Wars. I would be more surprised if they were not trying to do a 2027 Star Wars set. But I think you could remove Star Trek from the equation and they would still be trying to do it. So you're not crazy at all. I just think you are attributing too much causality to stuff that they were already trying to do. Alright, Slash. A 5-mana 7/5. When another creature you control enters, deal 2 damage to each opponent. When he attacks, make a 2/2. That's okay. We don't have very many of these, like, Perforos-esque effects. It's not meaningfully stronger, I don't think. That's fine. People will like that. I did not skip over it. I read it and then was deeply unimpressed. Splinter's Technique. A 4-mana tutor, but you can sneak for 1 and a black. I cannot wait to hear all the debates about whether or not this is a fair tutor. I cannot wait. 2-mana tutor to hand. Voice, do they all do 2 damage, or are you lumping in Impact Tremors with Slash? Because those are different effects to me. Instant game changer. Like, this is good. I don't think haters and doubters will sleep on this. Actually, that's Henzy special. Fuck. That's Henzy special. Slash does 2? Yeah. Slash is 2 to everybody. He is Impact Tremorers. Sorry, what's the other Henzi special? Wrath and Mikey, they're a 7-mana creature, but when they attack, you reveal cards from top until you hit a creature, and then you get the creature to field. There's a lot of 2-mana but hoops tutors. Yeah, but returning an attacking creature to hand is like the easiest hoop ever. Right? That hoop is like the size of Neptune's circumference. Yeah, the hoop is on the ground. Can you get inside it? Okay, broadcast takeover, steal artifacts, that's cute. On ETB, draw 3. At the beginning of your next upkeep, discard 3 cards at random. Goon Gala! That's awesome. I love it just for Goon Gala. I don't think it does anything, though. Cool but rude. 2 mana, whenever you attack, you may discard to draw. 2 mana, whenever you discard, deal 2 damage to each opponent. 3 mana, or 2 more mana, when it becomes level 3, you get a gamble. That's very whatever, right? That's very normal. Oh yeah, for the discard shark. Sure, yeah. I think that's cute enough that somebody could go for it. Also, hit the snooze. Thank you for the Prime sub. I appreciate those Jeffrey dollars. Yeah. Maybe Nekusar or like wheel decks will try to do it. Just for like a 4-mana shoot effect. Ninja Teen. 3 mana, when a creature you control leaves, each opponent loses 1. 5 mana, creatures you control get +1/+0 and have menace. 6 mana, creature cards in your graveyard have sneak 4. You may cast creature spells from your graveyard using their sneak abilities. I'm not convinced. But like, ooh, is that almost the Henzi special? Oh boy. A new color, baby. They're making a color called purple. You can only play it if you have a VV deck in your Mox field. So yeah. That hurts. That cuts me deep. It's black. Yeah. All right, Rat King. 2 mana 1/1 at the beginning of your end step. If a permanent left the battlefield under your control, make a 1/1 and put a counter on Rat King. Tap, sack 3 rats, return a creature card and all other cards with the same name as that card from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Ooh. I mean, it's rat deck specific, but that's very funny. Unboard wipe my rat deck. That's fucking hilarious. Alright, Savanti Romero times exile. A 5-mana 4/4 trample. At beginning of combat, put a counter on him. Then you draw X cards and lose X, where X is the number of counters on Savanti Romero. Most normal bracket 2 card draw engine I've ever seen. Most Elk is gonna lose their fucking mind. Most normal Phyrexian arena, but now it's a gun I've ever seen. That's not useless. Especially if you can ramp at all. That's almost the One Ring. So true. It is almost the One Ring. Little McStew, I will be building a Rat King Shadowborn Apostle deck post haste. I hate you. Jay Arlington, thank you for the raid. I hope you were having a good stream, my friend. We are looking at the Teenage Mutant Turtles. Did I just see Henzi on screen? You saw the Henzi special. We're looking at cards from the Turtles set, and I'm pulling out cards that I'm putting in my Henzi deck. So these are the big 3 right now. All right, next we have Southwind Avatar. When another creature dies, you gain life equal to but. Whenever you gain life, each opponent loses one. That sucks, and I don't care about it. Armagon, Future Shark. ETB, destroy 3 creatures. Well, what an interesting predicament I find myself in. Buff Sharkman, kill you now. Yes, die. Beautiful. I love it. Oh, and he has Flash. Call him Armagoon. It's funnier. Armagoon does sound like genuinely a Yu-Gi-Oh card. I would believe it. All right, Kitsune, Dragon's Daughter, 6 mana, 6/6. On ETB or combat damage, you may exchange control of 2 other target creatures controlled by different players. This, all right. It's low-key fire, guys. I can't listen. I know I'm the guy who yells on the internet. I'm a white man who yells on the internet with a receding hairline. I'm supposed to be angry at everything. This set might be fire. It's not. They're reusing a lot of abilities they've used before, so it is like Taco Bell design, but I'm about to buy $100 of Taco Bell. It's a 6 mana version of a card that already exists for cheaper on a spell. No whimsy. I don't think that's true even. Right, it's a 6 mana reusable version of an effect that already exists for cheaper on a spell. That's different. Like the ability to torture my pod for multiple turns back to back to back to back. Oh, that makes me so happy. That makes me so happy. It's gonna have the haters tossing and turning for sure. Yeah, it's on enters too, so you could flicker this. You can just swing a 6/6 at people. Oh, oh. Just get good at instance is it player. Soul, I think that's what is creating the difference for us is I don't play Spellslinger decks in casual anymore. I think they are competitive only in my mind. And so a lot of the stuff I like, I could do better if I was playing a good Izzet deck, but I don't play good Izzet decks anymore unless I am playing the very highest power of Magic. Myriad's funny as fuck just to make your table angry. Just to make your table as angry as possible. Kitsune's Technique. Somebody mills half their library, round it up. Alright, this one is for sure dog shit, but somebody's gonna play it. For sure dog shit, but somebody's gonna play it and have the time of their lives. I do hate the concept of ETBs, but if we all want to play, if we want to play unbalanced cheater Magic, I'm gonna play it too. All right, Madam Null. When another creature you control enters, you may pay life equal to its power. If you do, put that many 1/1 counters on it. That's got to be usable somewhere. Golgari, Orzhov. I'm not sure where, but that's like got to be a usable 99er. Oh shit, actually. Wait. Yeah, self-mill. Oh man, Taval with this. Taval with this is evil. Oh, it's opponent. Never mind, it sucks. Nope, sorry, my fault. Dog shit card. Dog shit unusable card. For 2 mana, I get to jerk off an opponent and bounce one of my creatures to hand. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I hate it. I'm so bad set. Bad set. My dreams are dead. We're going to the manual ad break because I got to use the bathroom. Fuck. Okay, we're back. Shaggy, yes. I'm building a turtle deck in this set with turtle, shoving turtles in, mixing in Splinter, and maybe toss a couple classes. Is it in any way above bracket 2? Meh. Yeah, definitely not, but it will be funny. Alright, Mondo Gecko. A 3-mana 2/3. I can discard a card to make it the color of my choice and give it hexproof from that color. When it deals combat damage to a player, draw a card for each color among permanents you control. Very glad we did not change the hybrid mana rule. Renette, Temporal Apprentice. A 5-mana 4/3 with flash on ETB. Return each other non-land permanent that entered this turn to its owner's hand. That's kind of cute. That's kind of cute. Yeah, shut down the token players like big turn. Nice and hateful. The Cloning of Shredder. Exile a card from your graveyard, a creature card from your graveyard. Create a token that's a copy of it, except it isn't legendary and is a mutant in addition to its other types. Create a token that's a copy of a card exiled with this saga. Ooh! 1 copy a turn that breaks legend rule. I'm just gonna slide this one right over here. Slide that boy. We can why would we copy Henzi? Why would we we're copying Valgavoth! Alright, Turtles in Time. Return all creatures to owner's hands. Each player may shuffle their hand in graveyard. If they do, they draw 7 cards. Super fine. Loses me a draft game. I would be incredibly sad to see this in draft, but it's fine. I don't even know if it's fine. I think it's just not played ever. Oh yeah, artifact players would play it, sure. Because the discount stacks from Henzi? Yeah, that's true, but we would still never do it if we could just get multiple Valgavoths. Like, multiple Valgavoths, multiple Archons of Cruelty, multiple Armagoons. We just win. Multiple Bahamut's, like, whatever. Alright, Donatello, Mutant Mechanic. 4 mana 3/5. You can tap it to put counters on an artifact to turn it into a creature. When an artifact you control is put into a graveyard, if it had counters on it, put those counters on an artifact or creature you do control. So blue Ozolith. Okay. Does Machines. 2 mana. Mill 2, draw 2, discard 2. 4 mana. Return 2 artifact cards from graveyard to hand. 9 mana. At the beginning of combat, animate a non-art... Oh no, put 3 counters on an artifact. If it's not a creature, it becomes a creature. That seems pretty good. I don't know that I would ever do level 3 unless I just had way too much money to spend, but level 1 and 2 seem pretty good. Does Machines, really? It's the theme song, Storming! It's the theme song, come on! Oh, it's very Emery, yeah. Alright, Donatello Gadget Master. 3 mana 3/2 with sneak for 2. On combat damage, make a token copy of target artifact you control. How fucked up does that get? Because that could get pretty bad. It could get pretty bad. I think that might be the juice. I think that might be the juice. Alright, Sally Pride. A 5 mana 2/4 on ETB. Make X mutants, where X is the number of non-token creatures you control. Whenever they attack, put a counter on each creature you control. That doesn't seem too bad. I feel like all the people who want to win via combat, but are like, I don't want to play Coat of Arms. I don't want to play Cathar's Crusade. That's dirty and nasty. Here we go. Here we go. I ain't a furry, but come on. Come on, this is a conventionally attractive woman with a lion head. Come on. Triceraton Commander, XX white white, 2/2. Whenever this creature attacks, dinosaurs you control other than this creature get +1/+1 and fly. Gishath does not need to fly. We don't need to make this man Scaly Airbud. And on ETB, make X dinosaurs. I genuinely think Gishath players might play this. Gishath Flappy now. There's no rule saying a dinosaur can't join the Air Force. You're so fucking right. God damn it. Hello, Maltown. Do you do Fiverr/Cameo type videos? I have a friend's birthday coming up, and I'd love to commission a little vid to play before CEDHQ. I don't currently offer that, but if you email me at maltown@gmail.com, we might be able to work something out. Okay, so here, I want to be so clear about one thing. This card is 100% the spiritual death of Magic the Gathering, and is 100% fucking awesome. I have never like watched a part of somebody else's heart die in real time and been like, that's so fucking funny. Because this is one of the most does not fit with the established aesthetic of the universes that I have ever seen, and that is goddamn hilarious, and all of my friends are gonna love it. Transformers ass card. It looks like a Transformers. It looks like an action figure. It looks like an action figure. All right, Turncoat Kunoichi. Yeah, I can be normal about this. 3 mana, 3/2, sneak for 4. On ETB, choose target creature they control. Exile this creature until the creature leaves the battlefield. If the sneak cost was paid, just exile it. That's okay. Where Fox Mommy Guard. I feel like people will use this because this is at minimum. That is at minimum the same type of rate we have been getting for this type of effect. And now if you're an Orzhov. And now if you're an Orzhov, you get to do it permanently. Alright, Agent Bishop, Man in Black. At the beginning of combat on your turn, put a counter on each of up to 2 target creatures. Holy shit, Luminarch Aspirant, dead in the ground. We finally got one. Luminarch Aspirant, nobody has heard from her in weeks. Has anybody been to her apartment? Has anybody checked on her? Alright, it's 1 more mana. But I don't think 1 more mana matters a ton when it comes to Commander. Yeah, he costs 1 more at minimum. What if I stick both? Imagine the curve out. That's true. If you're in a deck where you're playing Luminarch, you're probably just playing both of these now. You can command zone it. I can't imagine you would want to build a commander deck around this guy. Okay, Leader's Talent. A 2 mana class Whenever you attack, put a counter on target attacking creature. That's not terrible. It's not great, but it's not terrible. 5 mana. When a creature you control leaves the battlefield, if it had a counter, you gain 2. 9 mana. Whenever you cast a spell, put a counter on each creature you control. I'm trying to decide if the 2 mana mode is really worth anything, because level 2 sucks. Level 2 stone cold sucks. Level 3 pretty good, but it's very expensive. Selesnya aggro? Yeah, but if you're in Selesnya aggro, you probably don't want to be sticking non-creatures. Like you... If you're in Selesnya aggro on 2, you almost certainly want to be playing a creature that does something good. Like you want it to be Luminarch Aspirant. Or you want it to be a creature that fights good. Yeah, I'm not... this one I think might be bad. Could fit in a mono-white standard Enchantress deck. There's a mono-white standard Enchantress deck. Oh, yeah. This is for Commander. In Limited, this kills you with a hammer. In Limited, you are fucked if you see this get played. Alright, Leonardo Cutting Edge. A 2 mana 1/1. When you gain life, put a counter on him. He has lifelink and he has sneak. Fuck, dude. I hate that. Yeah, Leonardo, a Johnny's pride mate. Yeah, it's not cooler than Aerith, but having seen Aerith, that Aerith has overperformed every game I have ever seen it in. And so I'm putting this in the juice because I am going off of my past experience with Aerith, where it just did way better than I thought. The Johnny's pride mates tend to do way better than I think. This has lifelink on itself to activate its own ability. This gotta be generational power creep. The Johnny's pride mate dead in the river. Agumon, definitely, yes it does. This definitely does a lot for Genova. Leonardo's technique. A sorcery that lets you reanimate creature cards with sneak for 2. That seems fine. That seems okay. I'm not convinced it's like broken. I'm not convinced it's weak though. Savine's Turtleimation. Does sneak break timing restrictions? I think it's supposed to. Does sneak work like ninjutsu in the command zone? It doesn't work like ninjutsu in the sense that it does not get around commander tax. Because it is a casting cost, it is not an ability. Alright, then Prehistoric Pet. 1 mana, 1/2, can't be blocked by creatures with greater power. 2 mana, return another creature you control to its owner's hand. Activate only during your turn. It's a dinosaur ninja! That's fucking beautiful. That's fucking amazing. Oh my god, as far as I'm concerned, pepperoni is one of us. Oh yeah, sneak. Okay, so sneak is an ability. Oh, okay. Here's the difference. Elikman. Sneak is an ability, but it is an ability that allows you to cast the spell. Ninjutsu is an ability that puts a thing into play. So it is an ability to cast it, which means it is still subject to things that modify casting costs, versus ninjutsu, which is an ability to put it directly into play, subverting casting cost stuff. Z-Man, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse. This looks kind of hot. Here are overall metrics. This looks so much better than I thought it was going to be. Like, this is... This is so much better than I thought this set was going to be. It look and I feel like Sneak is going to be really annoying in draft now. I think whether it is annoying or satisfying depends on what type of Magic you like to play. So all right, I want to stop the recording here for the just raw VOD, and then we're going to take one from the top. This is not all of the spoilers. Okay, having looked at all of the spoilers that WotC was forced to release for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles set because they got leaked with the Lorwyn pre-release kits, it is with a pained heart that I say this shit kind of cooks. We've been looking at it for the last like 2 hours. It is Taco Bell design. What I mean by that is they're taking a lot of like design ideas that they have done before and they're just repackaging them on new cards. That said, meat, cheese, and lettuce does taste pretty good inside a hot tortilla. It's a little bit hot. I think it looks fun to draft. It looks fun to play limited with. There are a few cards that might have an impact on standard. And there are plenty of toys for commander players. I think there is at least one commander I want to build a deck around, and there are multiple cards that I think can go in a lot of different commander decks. So we'll start with flavor wins. I'm not a deep Turtles fan. I love the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I think they're cool. I don't know the lore like that. They have some pretty good flavor shit. They got pepperoni. They got the Last Ronin. They got cards that are not broken, are below rate, but do the flavorful thing. They have a few things that power creep the fuck out of stuff. We got Agent Bishop being a 1-mana more expensive Luminarch aspirant. We have Leonardo Cutting Edge telling a Johnny's Pridemate to go fuck himself. But he is legendary, so he probably doesn't like replace a Johnny's Pridemate totally, because you can't run 4 of, right? You have to limit yourself on how many you use. There's some cards that I just don't believe in. There's more than this, but there's a healthy amount of mid cards. I don't think they're all flops, but there's a lot of cards where I'm like, not quite good enough. If you are playing this, you're probably playing it because you love turtles and not because you want anything to do with the card. There's so many fucking Henzi cards. If you're a Henzi lover, if you're a lover of black cheatery, there's a lot of stuff for you. There's cloning of Shredder, where we can exile a creature card from our graveyard, copy it 3 fucking times. There is Armagoon, who comes in and shoots 3 guys and is a 9/6. We're almost there. There is Ninja Teen that for 6 mana lets you recast stuff from your graveyard with Sneak for 4. Obviously not high power, but in bracket 2, bracket 3, like Reanimator Henzi, that's cute as fuck. Splinter's Technique, which is a new demonic tutor basically. It's 4 mana, but if you sneak it for 2, you get a thing straight to hand. And then there's Raph and Mikey, who's just a big dumb idiot who will cheat out more creatures. Everything in personal favorites, despite shortcomings, ended up on a different slide because I was like, you know what? It's actually not that bad. Dinosaurs are now allowed to fly airplanes. Everybody who plays against Gish-ass players, I am so sorry. You cannot block that man anymore. They now have make your dinosaurs fly and also give birth to 1 million dinosaurs. It's dejectedly, they fly now. All right, Pure Juice. This guy's better than people think. A Johnny's Primate but better is in fact good. Donatello on combat damage, copy an artifact you control. I feel like the floor of this is you get to ramp really quickly. The ceiling of this is you get more war crime per crime. Kitsune is fucking amazing. I get to shifting grift you every time her toes touch concrete or every time I hit you. Perfect card. Perfect card. I will be playing it. Is it powerful? No, but it will make me laugh forever. It will make me laugh and laugh and laugh and laugh and laugh as I give you a shitty 1/1 for your best creature. Rat King, good for rat players, lets you mass reanimate your rats. Raphael attacking creatures have double strike. This is actually probably going in Henzi too. Crazy fucking good. This fucking cow, man. I can't. 2 mana dork. And it flies now. It flies now. Party Dude is good specifically for like Jund group slug, I think. You get a banner. You get card draw when people sack artifacts. Also Kibo. Crying and Shredder is just Dimir Atali, effectively. You have a little bit more of a hoop to jump through, but is pretty decent. And then the Ooze. Unconditional graveyard hate that will let you make mutagen tokens, and that is it's a discount Ozolith. I think that is like bracket 2 juice. Bracket 2 juice, way better than you think for bracket 2. People will underrate that card. And then there's just some other okay shit. There is another Werefox Bodyguard, but you can sneak it in to remove stuff forever. Sally Pride, Fair Cathar's Crusade, that also makes you a bunch of bodies. Phyrexian Arena, but it fucking kills you and scales like the One Ring. Michelangelo, not weird at all. Literally just hardened scales in the command zone. I am so sorry if you have to play against this guy. Leatherhead, which is repeatable enchantment or artifact removal if she just beats the shit out of you, which I would let her do. Don and Leah, which is just another like 5 mana flicker at end step engine. Super fine. But you can also flicker an artifact. So, you know, hit a mana rock, hit an artifact with an ETB, whatever. Maybe one of the best ninja commanders I've seen in a moment. They've tried a couple times to make ninjas great, and they keep falling short in my estimation. And he's really boring. He's really boring, but he's still going to be super dope. He is a ninja trigger doubler, but on him, you can make a ninja unblockable. Finally fucking freeing us to reuse a ninja we have already cheated into the battlefield. Like, at long last, we're going to be able to drop Fallen Shinobi or Silent Blade Oni and not have to concede the game. Just because we've been like, all right, now they're cheated in. Now you can block. Now you can block the 6/5. Chaos and Order is just another generic card draw engine. And then Northampton Farm, not powerful. Listen to me right now, people. Listen to what I'm telling you. This is a 0% down fixer-upper in the middle of the Northamptons that you can get that will unsteal your commander. Because it says, exile a creature you own, not control. Is it good? No. If your mana fixing is already good, though, and you can tank a colorless land straight to the fucking head, this will let you go, oh, you took my commander? Not if I killed him. Sorry, I'm not killing him. I am sending him to a farm upstate. You can't take my commander. He is in an orchard, frolicking, hanging out. And then you have to sack the land to get it back. But you could do something with it. So I know we worked backwards, but like this set looks good. They could totally fuck it up with the commons and uncommons. Like commons, we haven't seen the commons and uncommons. This is only the rares and mythic rares. And so they could still totally get the limited environment wrong with the commons and uncommons. A lot of these rares and mythic rares look fun. I'm sorry to say. They look fun. It looks like there's interesting stuff to do. You may disagree with Turtles being an IP in Magic, but I think they have done Turtles so much better than they did Spider-Man. This at least feels to me like Turtles instead of just guys in New York. So if you feel differently, let me know in the comments. Otherwise, get the fuck out of my office. The pair-up creatures are just so tiring by their very existence. I don't find them tiring. I think this is one of the most reasonable reasons for you to do multiple copies of a thing. Right? Like if you have, because their whole thing is that they do different tag teams, right? Gentaru-sama, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse. What's the pack one, pick one, no matter what mold? I mean, I think it's always the rare, for sure. What card? You know what, Leonardo? I think no matter what you wanted to do in the set, if you see Leonardo in like pick one or pick two, you are pivoting to Leonardo. Since you're doing a spoiler stream, they just released the face commanders for Marvel and Strixhaven. Yeah, we can talk about Marvel and Strixhaven. White seems really strong and limited if the removal is good. Yeah, for sure. White has a lot of pretty good creature growing. Oh, true. We'll do customs. We will do the custom card reviews, and then we will move on to talking about Marvel and Strixhaven. There's only 5, so don't worry about that too much. All right. Point redeemed from Little Mix Doom. Magikarp. A 0-2 with Ward 2. Should not have Ward 2. No. This is a fucking Magikarp. Splash, 0, tap the creature. 5 mana, transform this creature. Activate only as a sorcery and only if this creature didn't enter this turn. Gyarados, a 7 mana, 6/6 with Flample. Well, no, sorry, not Flample. That's Flying Trample. Flash and Trample. Intimidate. When it enters or transforms, creatures your opponents control get -3/-0 until the start of your next turn. I like that. Fuck, I love Splash. I don't think he gets Ward 2. Magikarp's too bad. Magikarp is too shitty canonically. But I really love Splash. I do like that you have a reason to play Magikarp, which is you reduce the cost of flipping him. And why is it just castable as Gyarados? To make it a usable Magic card. You can just catch a Gyarados. Right? You don't have to. Can you? Am I capping? I might be capping right now. Random Smasher Pass. Thank you, Sam. Yeah, if anything, Gyarados should have Ward. That is a land, so not a thing I can Smasher Pass. Oh, you can catch Gyarados. Then yeah, Little Mix Doom. This is great. I would move Ward from the front side to the back side. Hard pass. Holy shit. Holy shit, I do not need a mini Babadook on top of me. Alright, Helios, Demi-Fiend, King of Chaos, a 6-mana Jund 4/4 ward, sack a non-token creature. Each other non-token creature you control enters with X minus +1/+1 counters on it, where X is the number of creatures sacrificed this turn. Each creature spell you cast has Emerge. The Emerge cost is equal to its mana cost. I like this. This is good. You might be able to make it one less, maybe not, but I like it. Big fan. Alright, Plague Priest. A Grixis 3/3 rare with Death Touch. Discard a card. You get to -X something you control, where X is half the discarded card's mana value. Ruination. Other creatures you control have Death Touch if the total mana value among cards in your graveyard is greater than or equal to 13. This hurts a little bit too much. I would feel like I was getting pranked if I saw this in pack 1, pick 1. It being target creature I control hurts so bad. I know you want it to care about mana value. I know Skaven cares about discarding. I know they care about sacrificing. But this isn't even sacrificing. This is, I go down a card to potentially go down another card. Like I'm offering my opponent, hey, are you cool if I 2 for 0 myself? The payoff being a Death Touch banner is pretty good. But I'm not sold on how just raw awful this is. Like it being a 3-mana 3/3 with Death Touch, I'm so good on. I feel like this would be better. I feel like this would be better if it was discard a card. You get to hit something for a set amount, but you can hit opponent stuff. So you can like remove bad things. I know you want to care about mana value, but Ruination already does. We don't have to care about mana value in both halves of the ability. We can just have a discard outlet that is good, and then a discard payoff that cares about the mana value of the stuff we discarded. So I would say like discard a card, depending on power toughnesses, discard a card, give stuff -2/-2. You could even attach like a mana value to that discard, because then it's similar to, I'm thinking Sinister or Gnarlbark. No. Where's this guy? Gnarlbark Elm. Right? 3 mana, take a counter off, and you get to shoot a little bit. Little Mix Doom, thank you for the 50 bits. I do like that flavor text quite a lot. Okay, next we have Restful Wanderglyph, a land cycler for Aegis Athene's draft set. A 6-mana 3/3 with Vigilance. On ETB, make 2 1/1 gnome artifacts. So a 5/5 across 3 bodies. Yes, I like that. That is good. That is good and would not make me hate myself if I drafted it. Alright, last but not least, we have Farina, Arbiter of Ujia, and Farina, Herald of Numa. A 3-mana 3/2. When it enters or transforms, return a creature to its owner's hand. Its controller loses 2 life. At the beginning of your first main phase, you may pay white. If you do, transform her. When she transforms, you gain 3 life. and return a creature card with mana value 2 or less from grave to hand. Okay, so we're doing the Lorwyn flip thing. I think that's cute. I think that is definitely Azoria shitheads. For sure. Evil as fuck. You're gonna be like the most annoying person ever. But I think you got it. Thunder Tempest, thank you for the 40-bit cheer, but can Sally Pride get it? 100%. Come on. 100%. Little Mix Doom, thank you for the 50. Last question, is it better to cast Magikarp on the front side or Gyarados on the back side? Gyarados on the back side, no contest. Oh, true. White-blue making somebody lose life is a little bit weird. I'm not sure if we get away with that. Look up Vapor Snag. Are you going to show me, Gravity? Are you telling me to look up one instance of them doing it ever? We have 4 instances. Never mind. You're good. You're good. I think 4 is still really, really low. Oh, and white has direct life loss too. Okay, so we're on 5. We're still very, very low, but you have multiple references to point at. All right, let's move on to Strixhaven and Lorwyn stuff. Is that going to be on, like, Goldfish? Yeah, Secrets of Strixhaven spoilers. All right. Lorehold the Historian. God, I hate the scaling on this. All right, a 5-mana dragon, 5/5 flying haste. Each instant and sorcery in your hand has Miracle 2. At the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, you may discard a card if you do draw a card. Oh! I can't be trusted with that. I can't be trusted. Plain and simple. I can't be trusted with that shit. That's not. That's tasty. I want that. I want that in my hands. I want that in my hands and on my board. Library of Lang, whatever. I would just play a deck that had a million things I was happy to see. That's sick. Holy shit. Boros fun archetype? Whoa, buddy. Okay, Mathemagics. XX blue blue mythic sorcery. Target player draws 2 X cards. God. I'm the only thing making this card reasonable is that they put all of the normal numbers for X in the reminder text. That's the only reason I'll allow it. Yeah. 2 to the power of X. I understand perfectly. That's so fucking funny. That's so fucking funny. I can't wait for 3 years from now where we get a card that deals like 2x plus 1 damage, where X is the number of Universes Beyond cards you've cast from outside your hand this turn. But it's all divided by Y, where Y is the number of Universes Within cards your opponents have played this game. That's sick as fuck. That's so sick as fuck. I love that. Alright, Face Commanders. Killian Decisive Mentor, a 3-mana 2/3. Whenever an enchantment you control enters, tap a creature and goad it. Whenever one or more creatures that are enchanted by an aura you control attack, draw a card. That's pretty cool. That seems like fixed Ariete. Orzhov Goad, but notably, I don't have to goad. It is Orzhov Goad, and if I don't have good goad targets, I can just empower my own stuff and have a card draw engine. Because the card draw is not linked. The card draw is not linked to it being on my opponent's stuff. I like that a lot. Because I've seen a couple Ariete decks, and I see them really, really stall out if the opponent creature situation is not right. I'm a big fan of this. All right, Dina Essence Brewer, a 3-mana 2/3. When you sack a creature, draw a card. 2, tap, sack another creature. Gain X, put X counters on a creature you control, where X is the sacked creature's power. Calaxion stocks going fucking crazy. I think that's very workable. I don't have an incredible amount of interest in that myself, but you can do a lot of stuff with this. I think if you were a Golgari player, you enjoy it. Rutha, Mastering the Moment, a 4-mana orc. Sorry. At the beginning of combat, if you cast an instant or sorcery, make an XX blue and red elemental creature token with flying and haste, where X is the greatest mana value among instant and sorcery spells you cast this turn. That is so underwhelming. That is wildly, wildly underwhelming compared to the other two. I mean, that's fine. It gives us blockers. That is, I'm an Izzet player, don't bother me. I want to have a creature that prevents me from getting killed. Sure. Izzet chump blockers. It's healthy. It's broccoli. We needed it. Alright, Zimone. 3-mana 0/4. The first spell you cast with X in its mana value each turn costs 1 less to cast for each 1/1 counter on Zimone. These people are decking themselves. Get Math Magics back on the screen. No. They are a danger to themselves. When you cast your first X spell each turn, put 2 counters on Zimone. Oh my lord. Oh my lord. I am just a quirky girl who owns 10 snakes, and oh no, I've decked myself. Oh true, you can deck somebody else. That's pretty funny. And then this guy who we've seen. These look pretty good. I don't care about those. I don't care about those. Okay. I missed one? Who did I miss? Oh, Quintorius. Oh, he's a planeswalker. No, not a planeswalker that can be my commander. Alright, Quintorius History Chaser, a 4-mana fuck-ass planeswalker. When one or more cards leave your graveyard, make a 3/2 red and white spirit creature token. +1, you may discard a card. If you do, draw 2 cards, then mill. -4, spirits get double strike and vigilance until end of turn. Fuck I'm supposed to say. Fuck I'm supposed to say. It's fine. Yeah, not once per turn. My B shouldn't have reminded you missed one. It's, yeah, flashback. I mean, hey, you can play the ooze. You can hit Quintorius with the ooze. That's something. You can Quintorius. You can, like, reanimate a lot of little guys. Yeah, like, we hit ourselves with Graveyard Hate. We unlicensed hearse ourselves, and we just hope for the best. All right, what do we have for Marvel? I do not enjoy those arts. I do not enjoy them. Captain America team leader. That look. Who asked about what Universes Beyond it would take to get me to walk away? Like, this is. I mean, we got the Avengers Assemble flavor text, but this art is, it's subjective, right? People can like what they like. This is like Avengers derogatory. It could look better in person. We did have one, I can't remember the name of the set, but there was one set that came out where the cards, when they were scanned, like the foiling, looked horrifically bad. And then in person, they did not look as bad. So I'm going to hope that that happened here, because this does not please. All right, whenever another hero enters, it gains vigilance and haste. Put a counter on the hero and a counter on Captain America. Sure, sure, totally appropriate effect. I play my heroes. I on your left you. All right. Doctor Doom, King of Latveria, a 4-mana Grixis. Whenever you discard one or more land cards, each opponent loses 2 life. At the beginning of combat, a villain you control gains menace until end of turn. It connives. That's really bad. That's not. I mean, connive, I guess. Like, guaranteed, we have learned from Norman Osborn, guaranteed connive trigger is not nothing. You can do something with a guaranteed connive trigger. Unless there's some really crazy stuff that they made for the precon, that is pretty underwhelming as well. Who's last? T'Challa. 3 mana 2/2 on ETB or attack, make a Vibranium token. I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. I am actively feeling my soul slow down a little bit. Average Man, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse. Okay, so Vibranium is a power stone, but it's indestructible. Whenever you cast an artifact spell with mana value 4 or greater, put 2 counters on T'Challa. That, at least, is flavorful. And I think the art... So I think Doctor Doom and T'Challa could look much, much better. I think the foiling just looks really weird online. I think these will come out pretty good. This one looks rough, no matter how you slice it. Yeah, Selesnya Artifacts is kind of something. So I am willing to let the Black Panther players cook. Marty, they go up Sundays at noon PST. Okay, scene box cards. Jesus. Iron Man Futurist Paragon, 6 mana, flying 5/5. At the beginning of combat, target artifact or creature becomes an artifact creature with base power and toughness, 5/5 and flying. I think that is thematically appropriate for the character. Pretty underwhelming, but that is a thing Iron Man do. He do be making machines hit people. Hulk, always angry. A 7 mana 9/9 with trample. On ETB, destroy all artifacts. He attacks each combat if able. Also pretty boring and safe, but there's nothing wrong with that. Thor, Guardian of Midgard, 5 mana 5/5 flying. When a source you control deals non-combat damage, you may exile that many cards from the top of your library. You may play those cards this turn. That doesn't seem like Thor at all. That effect is whatever. It's a virtue of... We had an Eldraine virtue that does the same thing. Yeah, virtue of courage on legs. Yeah, this one doesn't feel like Thor to me at all, though. Just Inky, why would you put Risen Reef in Glarb? What the fuck could you be doing? Alright, Black Widow Intel Expert. First strike. On damage, you and that player each draw 2 cards. Scarabucha, baby! I'm with it again! I am sipping that sparkling water! No, this one's fine. We have Collusion Draw, which is very much a white thing. And then we have to move the game forward. She leaks the intel on the attack. I mean, yeah, think of it as an intelligence partnership. I do think Spy's a new type. Secret rendezvous, but you take 3. Yeah. They're letting her hit either way. Hey, Baba Booey. I'm okay with this one. Why is Black Widow not at least part black? Because I'm sure we're going to get like 5 Black Widow cards. The main thing they do when they give each hero like 5 different cards is they try to explore different parts of their personality. And so I'm sure this is just the part of Black Widow that they consider to be... They're like, if we could do a mono white take of Black Widow, what would it be like? Captain America Unbowed. A 4-mana 3/4 flash on ETB. Soldiers and heroes gain indestructible. Sure, whatever. We're not power creeping it, but this is just another version of flash in, save myself effect for Avengers decks. Hawkeye Trick Shot. When Hawkeye or another hero enters, it deals damage equal to the number of heroes you control to any target. So this is just for... Like, this is just for the Captain America deck, or for whatever 5-color, like, hero pile commander they give us. Ultron, a 5-mana 4/4 that gives robots and constructs +2/+2. Super boring, but I think about in line with what Ultron actually did. Thanos Death's Consort, a 3/3 with lifelink. Whenever another creature dies, put a counter on Thanos. This is a lot of tortillas that we have sprinkled a small amount of cheddar cheese into. These are... Like, you know what? Actually, let me put it this way. No snapping. We're gonna get multiple Thanoses. We're gonna get multiple Thanoses. Everybody chill about we have one Thanos that's weak. Yeah, these are scene box cards. Like, if there was... Wizards of the Coast has limited design capabilities. Like, they have limited people power to put behind things. And if there was anywhere, because Hasbro's pushing them too hard. Hasbro's pushing them too hard. I think the lawsuit is... The allegations put forth in that lawsuit make it pretty clear that Hasbro is pushing them very, very hard to do a lot of shit they don't want to do. If there was anywhere I would want them to triage the effort, it is in Marvel scene boxes. The Final Fantasy scene boxes were way, way better than that. For sure. Final Fantasy scene boxes are, like, worth buying. DMC, thank you for the 100-bit cheer twice. This set is like if there was a Taco Bell of Taco Bells. Yeah. Alright, MODOK. What does he do? 5-mana flyer. When you draw your second card each turn, target opponent sacrifices a non-token creature of their choice. Okay, that's crazy annoying, but it's 5 mana, so I don't think it's really broken. Absorbing Man and Titania. A 5-mana 4/5 creature-based damage doubler. Thunderous applause. Let democracy die. Throw them all in the river. What does Abomination do? When a Gamma or villain deals combat damage, put that many counters on Abomination. So sick. So sick. Loki, God of Lies. When you cast a spell targeting a single creature, Gain control of that creature until end of turn. If it's your turn, untap that creature and it gains haste. That is a little bit funny, at least. That is a little bit funny, at least. Hell yeah. Elk, thank you for the raid. Dude, Marvel sucks, we don't care. That's why we're not recording this part. This one's funny, at least. So we have one card. Little Mix Doom, thank you for the 100-bit cheer. Calling it now, we will get a Fraying Omniscience reprint flavored after the Thanos snap. I will tuck that in my little pocket. Okay. Oh, they've already shown us the card with it. Okay, never mind. Yeah, the Loki card is fun. I think Black Widow is at least usable in a lot of mid power. The rest of them are like totally eh. Alec Man, no. I'm sorry, I tucked the YouTube. Alec, thank you for the $5 super chat. The Plague Priest has a typo. The U control isn't supposed to be there. That fuck up is on me, my bad boss man. Oh, then I like it. Yeah, then I think, yeah. Send that then. Okay. So Marvel to me looks like the skip of the year then. TMNT shockingly good. Everything out of Marvel looks like Strixhaven looks good. Is there some sort of rule against printing interesting monocolored commanders that I missed? Yes, Eatsy. You see, the thing is, if you print an interesting monocolored commander, then the people you're selling to only have half as many colors they need to buy staples for. So you can't make interesting monocolored commanders. You have to make everything 3-color or 4-color, because if it's 3-color or 4-color, you can make them buy mono white staples, blue staples, red staples. You can make them buy all of the good mana rocks that they have to use to make their decks complete. You can never, ever. And they do still do it, but the monocolored commanders get overlooked by content creators pretty often. But like, they do veer towards anything we are trying to market to people tends to be 2 to 3 color. Yeah, you can't sell shock lands to monocolor commanders. I can't believe I'm saying this, but this looks worse than Spider-Man. I am inclined to agree, but we've seen very little of the set. The spoilers they had done before this looked okay. Because they had released one set of spoilers for the Marvel set. They had released one set of spoilers for the Marvel set with like Namor and stuff like that. And those looked okay. Could Loki be a fun commander, or is it just regulated to the 99? If anything, I think Loki like has to be your commander. Unless you are doing Gruul combat tricks. Because the problem is the spells. Where's Loki? Loki wants you to cast spells that target one creature and don't kill it. And don't do anything bad to it. That's really limited in terms of cards that people play in Commander often. So if you're in red-green combat tricks, you could do it. Other than that, you want Loki to be the commander, and you're just running like red spells. So in a feather deck, yeah, you can put him in feather. You could do feather. You could do a lot of red-green commanders. I'm not sure what exactly you would do in Jund, but I'm sure you could do something in Jund. Oh yeah, sure, Zada. Yeah, it's Victimize? I mean, sure, victimize, but then your deck probably has no removal. Like, that's kind of tough. Because if you're doing, okay, I'm going to have Loki, I'm going to have my own creatures, I'm going to have the thing that lets me rob you, and then I have the thing that lets me sack the guy I robbed from you, we're like out of spots for good cards. We're just like we're fresh out of dick for any good cards. Could be cool in Ishindine, yeah. People have creatures with um, good attack triggers. Breon Stout Arm with a few combat tricks needs this Loki. Yeah. Like if you are in a deck that is already doing combat tricks, that is where you put Loki in. Or you just make a Loki commander deck, and then you're doing all combat tricks, and you just rob and steal and pump. All right, I think that is all of the spoilers. So we're going to find somebody to raid from here because I need to get back to scripting the lawsuit video and then trying to film the lawsuit video. So thank you all for being here. We're going to get the Bald Kai message out. Let's see who's live. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Elk's not live to raid. God damn it. Piece of shit raided me. What's wrong with you? All right, loading ready run is live. We're going to raid. Loading ready run. Everybody be kind to them. Thank you for being here today. I will see you all tomorrow for some deck roasting. YouTube, thank you for being here. I will be posting the roundup that I did of turtles just as a video on the main channel to see how it does. I will see you all tomorrow. Good night. Please remember to stay toxic.